Okay, we are live today. Again, we are live. If you just join in, you share this video for me. This is your boy Black. We are here again with another episode. Um, Let me get this off. What up, guys? Welcome to my channel. This is your boy Don Jeff. As you know, we always come with the truth, nothing but the truth. We are here again with another episode. If you are watching me, kindly help me by sharing this video. Give me the thumbs up because it really helps. It motivates me to do more. If today is also your first time watching me on this channel, it's all about education, influence, and entertainment. If you want to be part of the family, all that you have to do is subscribe. So if you are watching me, kindly help me by sharing this video. Hi, I've seen you. Muniru, I've seen all of you guys. I am really happy to share this information with you guys. If you can, you help me by sharing the video. I've seen that 26 people are watching me right now, but only 4 likes. So I want to have at least 10 likes, then we'll start the video. Today we are going to talk about Italian citizenship, because I've gotten a lot of questions, and the reason why I did this video to be part 1 is because it's a very long process for you to request for Italian citizenship. It's very confusing. Push TV, I've seen you. I've seen all of you guys. CC, I've seen you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. All that I want you to do is help by sharing, because you don't need the video. Maybe you are not interested in this type of topic, but there are people who really want this video. So if you come, you help me by sharing the video to your friends, your family. Let's all do this together. Today we are going to talk about Italian citizenship, since a lot of people are asking questions concerning this topic. But I think I have to send the screen out a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Today we are going to talk about Italian citizenship. So if you want to know what the topic is about, it's about Italian citizenship. We have to go through a lot of process for us to request for Italian citizens. So I decided to do this part 1 for you to know the category of people who can request for Italian citizenship. So if you first know the category of people who can request for citizenship, then you will know what type of document you will need for you to request for citizenship, and also you will know how to even request for the citizenship, because I'm going to show you how to go about it. And even if you want to apply it by yourself, this topic will let you understand whether you can do it by yourself, or maybe you will need a lawyer to help you. Ciao, I've seen all of you guys. So let's start. Since I wanted to have 50 people before we start the topic, we start the program, so kindly help me by sharing the video for people to just join in, and let's all do it together, because I don't want to be repeating myself, because most of the people used to say I just came in, I don't know what is going on. And you know, basically my video will last about 10 to 15 minutes, I'm done with it. So help me by sharing the video to your friends. Those of you who are watching me on my WhatsApp group, you can also share it on the WhatsApp group, and we all do it together. Oh, hi Malik, yeah, I've seen you. Oh, since I don't want my video to be so long, let me just start it, even if I have less people watching it. Okay, today's topic is about Italian citizenship. So we are going to talk about the category. I'm going to give you 3 categories of people who can request for Italian citizenship. First, before you think of even requesting for Italian citizenship, you must know if you fall under all this category. We are going to talk about first category of people who can request for Italian citizenship over here, which is those who get Italian citizenship automatically. Those, we have people, they don't have to request for Italian citizenship, they are already Italian citizens. That is those who are being given birth over here, which is by birth they already have 2 category of people. That is Luis Sanguini, and they have Luis Soli. So Luis Sanguinis are those who have Italian citizenship by birth, which means if one of their family, or maybe their parent is Italian citizens, they don't have to think about requesting for Italians. They are already like automatically Italian citizenship. If you fall under the category of Luis Soli, that one you have to wait for a certain amount of years before you can request for Italian citizenship. The most important thing is those who are going to request for resident, which will come on that falls under category of people like me, and I know majority of the people watching me falls under those categories. So now we are talking about those who have Italian citizenship automatically. We talk about Luis Sanguinis and we talk about Luis Soli. So Luis Solis are those who have like foreign parent, like for instance, if both parents came from outside Italy, you fall under category of Luis Soli. If you have one parent to be like Italian and one to be a foreigner, you fall under categories of Luis Sanguinis. That means you are automatic Italian, and if you fall under Luis Soli, you have to wait for certain time before you can request for Italian citizenship. But if you got this opportunity by adoption, you are also an automatic Italian citizenship, but you also have to wait for a little bit. Everybody have years. That is just by the way. This is not just the topic I want us to talk about. I just wanted to just talk about that one because I know majority of people watching me falls under category of resident for them to request for Italian citizenship. So let's put that one aside and go to the next category of people who can request for Italian citizen. That is by marriage. If you fall under category of people who request for Italian citizen by marriage, you must understand when you get married over here in Italian, you have to wait for a certain years before you can request for Italian citizen. It is not like immediately you get married, then you move, you are going to request for Italian citizen. You must wait for a certain years before you can request for Italian citizen. If you are watching me, you kindly help me by sharing the video for people who will need it. Maybe you don't need it, maybe you are not interested, or maybe you are not ready to request for Italian citizen, but there are people out there who want to request for Italian citizen, but they don't know when and how to go about it. This video involves a lot of information that it might help you for you to know what you have to do. Then we are talking about those who get married over here for them to have Italian citizen. If you get married over here in Italy, but before I start that, there are two categories of people who can get Italian citizen through marriage: by people staying over here in Italy, or maybe people staying outside Italy who get married, or maybe those who got married to Italian citizens outside Italy. They can also request for Italian citizenship even though they are not living in Italy. Let's come to how many years do you people have to stay before you can request for Italian citizenship. If you get married to Italian citizen over here in Italy, you need to stay for 2 years before you can request for Italian citizenship. But these 2 years, if you have a child between you people, within 1 year you can request for Italian citizenship. So you don't have to wait for let's say 2 years before you can request for the citizen. You can request for, I'm sorry, somebody write something. You can request for the Italian citizen within 1 year if you have a child. So if you got married to Italian citizen outside Italy, and you people are staying outside Italy, you can also request for Italian citizenship. What you have to do is stay with the partner for 3 years. So outside Italy, you will stay for 3 years, and if you are here with your partner, you will stay for only 2 years. If you have a child and you people are staying outside Italy, you have to wait for 1.5 years for you to request for Italian citizenship. Let me make it short. If you people are staying in Italy, you spend 2 years with your partner. If you have a child, you spend 1 year with your partner for you to request for Italian citizenship. If you people are staying outside Italy, you will spend 3 years with your partner. If you have a child, you have to spend 1.5 years with your partner. Now that we know those who get married, how to go about it, we will come on the document that you will need all sort of things. That's why I made this video part 1 of the topic. Let's go to those who request for Italian citizenship by residence. That is we, for instance, who came, those of us who came through Mediterranean Sea, those who came by flight, those who came by family reunion. All of you are going to request for Italian citizenship by, or how do you call it, resident. So this is the most important part of the topic. Let's start with who are those who can request for Italian citizenship by resident. We will start with apolide and refugees. Apolide are those who are in the country. They are the stateless people, because I've already talked about this thing in my previous video. If you are apolide, that means they don't know your country, they don't know where you came from. This and refugees have to stay over here for 5 years before they can request for Italian citizenship over here, Italian citizen over here in Italy. And before some of the people used to ask, how can I calculate my 5 years over here in Italy? If you are having refugee status, you have to calculate from the first day they gave you their permit, or maybe the first day they gave you. That's why I have this document with me. I want to use it because if you know this, this is when you have your Italian, you have your first riconoscimento that you have Italian refugee status. This is the document they gave you. When you read on the document, you will see the date that they gave you the permit. You have to calculate from that day, and that means from the day they gave you your first plastic document till the time you have to request for the citizen is 5 years. So we know a holiday and refugee have to wait for 5 years before they can request for Italian citizenship. Let's go to other category. Hey, wait, Malik. Let's go to other category of people who can request for Italian citizenship. Let's go to those who are having other kind of permits. Let's go for those who are having subsidiary protection, subsidiary protection, humanitarian protection, case speciale, protezione speciale, other kind of permit. You people have to wait for 10 years before you can request for Italian citizenship. And those who are having steady permit, if you are having a steady permit and you want to request for Italian citizenship, you know, if you are having steady permit, you need to convert your document, or maybe you need to request for working permit before you can stay over here in Italy and work. Don't calculate from the day you have your steady permit, or maybe from the day you have that steady permit. You have to calculate from the day that they gave you that working permit. Calculate from that day before you can have the exactly 10 years, then you can request for Italian citizenship. Now we all know all the people, but those, excuse me, I think I've jumped something. Those of you are having subsidiary or protection. For subsidiary protection, you need to also count from the day they give you that riconoscimento. Then you will have exactly 10 years to request for Italian citizenship. Now I'm coming. Now we know the people and years that you have to stay over here and request for Italian citizenship. My bro, asylum politico. I already talked about asylum politico. Asylum politico have to wait for 5 years for you to request for Italian citizenship. And those of you who are having other kind of permits, have to wait for 10 years before you can request for Italian citizenship. If you are a citizen of Europe, you have to wait for 4 years before you can request for Italian citizenship. So this is the years that you have to stay over here for you to request for Italian citizenship. And if you have any question concerning this, you have to ask me. I think somebody is knocking the door and it's making me confused. I don't know where I am and what to do, but I think you have to wait because you people are more important, and we have to do this together. So now we know all the category of people who can request for Italian citizenship and the years that you have to stay here for you to request for Italian citizenship. If you have any question concerning this, and maybe if I did not add anything, I know the part 2, I'll also add some of the things that I did not add because I think I'm a little bit distracted right now. But if you have any question, kindly ask the question and I will give you a response and let you know what you have to do and whatever you have to have before you can request for Italian citizenship. This one is the part 1 of it, and the part 1 is for you to know the category of people who can request for Italian citizenship. If you are having a working permit, the working permit, you can calculate from the day you have your humanitarian protection, case speciale, other kind of protection. Please, can you use soggiorno and identità to travel? If you have with soggiorno, yes. If you have a permit, you can use it to travel. So if you are having a working permit, you can calculate from the day that they give you humanitarian protection to the time that you have your working permit. You don't have to start from the day they gave you the working permit. Calculate from the first permit that they gave it to you. Any of you guys who are having humanitarian, don't calculate from the day that they gave you this C3. Calculate from the day that they gave you the humanitarian protection, the plastic one. It's going to help you for you to understand to have the exactly years that you have to request for your Italian citizenship. Bro, lavoro subordinato. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. If you have lavoro subordinato, you have to also calculate from the day they gave you humanitarian protection, or maybe case speciale. Don't calculate from the day that they gave you lavoro subordinato. Maybe if you came directly to Italy and requested for lavoro subordinato, that one you can calculate from the day they gave you the permit, because definitely your resident will read from that day. If you don't have resident, you can't request for any permit over here in Italy. So asylum seekers after 5 years can also request for Italian citizenship. Yes, for real, you can also request for Italian citizenship. And another thing I want to ask is, if you are having all of you guys falling under how do you call it, where am I, falling under resident, those of you who have to stay here for 5 years, 10 years to request for Italian citizenship, you know, you have requisite, you have to show certain kind of things. It's not like because you have the 10 years you can go and request for Italian citizenship. There are certain kind of requisite that you need for them to accept your request. You cannot just go immediately and say, I'm going to request for Italian citizenship and that's it. And I want you to understand language is very, very important. Even if you're having asylum political, if you're having subsidiary protection, if you're having any kind of permit at all, I'm talking about those who falls under category of resident, you will need a language certificate for you to be able to request for Italian citizen, which will be on the next video, the part 2 of the video, that will talk about the document where you have to get those documents and how to go about it. Will be the part 3 of the citizen, because if not, it's going to be a long video and we need to even do some of the things on the computer for me to show you how to go about it on the computer if you want to do it by yourself. So I think this is what I have for you today. I don't want the video to be so long. I want you guys to just take a little bit of what we said, and for you to understand now, you know, these are the category of people we have to request for Italian citizenship. This is what I have to, I have to wait for me to request for the Italian citizenship, and that is it. So I think if you have any question, you can ask me, and I will respond to your question right now. As I am reading some of your comments, let me see if I have something to respond. Okay, I don't think we have something right now to respond. Let me see. If you have some question, you can ask, and let me respond to your question. Let's see what we have over here. Some of the questions. Official Cracker, smash the like button, guys. You know, posso fare la domanda anche con certificato terza media o solo B1? Hussein, okay, somebody asked, can he or she request for Italian citizenship only with certificato di terza media or B1? You know, this kind of things, I have to repeat all this thing. I'm not a legal advisor, neither am I a lawyer. My advice is whatever you have to do. For me, a lawyer told me for certificato terza media, diploma di terza media is enough for you to request for Italian citizenship if you are having humanitarian I said asylum politico, because the person I asked the question for is having asylum politico. So terza media is enough for you to request for Italian citizenship, as I know. B1 is also a high grade certificate that you can also use to request for Italian citizenship, which is recommended, like everybody should have it. So I want to add this thing to rate, which I will talk in the part 2, but I think I have to let you know, if you are having, let's say, how do you call it, carta di soggiorno, you don't need a language certificate to request for Italian citizenship. So if you like, you can request for carta di soggiorno, which will be the A2. With your A2 language certificate, you can request for carta di soggiorno. With carta di soggiorno, you can request for Italian citizenship without even thinking of having B1 or something like that. So A2 is enough for you to request for carta. So with carta, you don't need language certificate to request for Italian citizenship. So it's good you do it now with the carta, and in the near future, if you have to request for Italian citizenship, you don't need any certificate. I think I will leave you guys right now. We almost spent 18 minutes and it's more. We will come to the part 2 of it, and we are coming to talk about the requisites, some of the things that you need. I'll respond to the questions all of you ask later when I'm done with the video, and I'll make sure I'll answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for having time watching this video. This is your boy Black. I'm out.